sunlight, so cold, sleep is nice. So tired, my eyes fight, they just wanna close back up tight. Get up, hoodie on, hard work at the crack of dawn. This life ain't for the weak ones, no, this life pure only for the strong. Feeling slow, shake it off, don't got time for negative thoughts. Red sight, got the dot, shoot my shot, I want the top. Never lost, got my plot, know my story, I know my boss. I will fight against the clock, time's a limited gift from God. One day I will have my victory, crush all my enemies so viciously. Work so hard my hands are blistering, and they will carve my name in history.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Pick and Roll Podcast, episode number 27. I'm here with my co-host and, oh my god, bruh. I'm here with Next Shift Randy and Nikki Stees. How's you guys doing, man? How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing good. We're trying over here, and you can keep saying with your co-host NYG Jeffy T if you want.
Yeah,
Keep it alive.
Yeah, I mean, hey, been doing some productive stuff today. You know, trying to keep myself in good spirit. Try not to let it, think about it too much. I mean, I came on here yesterday, dropped a post, dropped a YouTube short tribute, and
I saw that.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna, I'll be chiming in on today's show about it a little bit, but
Yeah,
trying to just keep it moving forward in a positive direction because at this point, that's the most you can do. It's already happened. You wish it didn't happen. You wish you were still here, but sadly, once it happens, all you can do is just try to move on the best you can.
yeah. And like I always like to say too, Nikki, it's called he did pass on, but it's a celebration of his life. Let's celebrate the good things that he brought to us. I mean, shoot, we're all together today talking about the good things about him. So he obviously did something right. He obviously left an imprint on us. So let's not let that die. Let's let that live on through us forever. So
yeah. The amount of DMs I've been getting, phone calls I'm still getting, texts I'm still getting, it's insane, unreal. I mean, bruh. What up, Alexander? What is up, everybody? And
but yeah,
R2.
it's hump day, as Jeff would like to say, and we're here to talk some basketball.
Randy
And
is taking over this thing. It's pretty much going to be a team effort here. But Randy is climbing, Randy's grinding, so he's doing his thing. But it's a network thing. We're all going to do this together. We're all going to thrive. We're all doing great things over here. So yeah. Sadly, teacher got game. Our good friend Jeffrey Turner has passed away over the weekend, and we don't know all the details. We're still waiting on some stuff, but over the weekend he did pass away. Yes, I'm grateful for Jeff and the idea to live. Yeah, it was because of Jeff the All Star Sports Network was born. Yeah, that is fact. Yeah, it is, but we will still move on, guys. We'll still move on. But hey, we got the NBA finals starting tomorrow. We've got a lot of stuff talking about today. So let's start off with Game 7, man. The Miami Heat beat the Boston Celtics. Now, I picked the Heat to win in 6. So I'm glad that the Heat won. They deserve it. But what about Boston here? Where do they go from here? So whoever wants to go first. Yeah. Whoever wants to go first.
You might want to think about trying to retool. I don't think I'd say blow it up because they still have a strong roster, but they may need to retool maybe a little bit. Because you wonder, Tatum Smart, or Tatum Smart Brown, are they really the right trio though to carry this team to a championship? Because they've gotten close a couple times, but for one reason or another, something always falls through. Either they lose in the conference finals, the finals, or something. It's like they just haven't taken that next step yet. Either one of the players needs to really step up when called upon. If like Tatum gets injured, you got Brown, Smart in there. Those guys really need to step up, or they need to retool and just find that one piece. But it's tough to really say because there's only a certain trade you can do without blowing it up completely. Then you're in a worse position than you were before.
Yeah, Yeah, Randy, where do the Celtics go from here?
Yeah, man. Myself as a Raptors fan, we kind of actually went through what Nikki said in a sense when LeBron was with the Cavaliers, and we would find ourselves getting past the first round, having a tough second round, and then potentially getting to the conference finals. But that second round was always LeBron stopping us or getting in our way. And at one point or another, our GM and our coach and the owner said, this is not the nucleus that's working. We have to retool with it. We're not blowing it up. We're not just going to send a bunch of dudes out and get draft picks, but we got to do something with this cast of fellas. And what they did was, and I'm going to say it until I'm blue in the face because it worked. They shipped DeMar and Jakob Poeltl to San Antonio, and we got Green and Kawhi, and then the rest was all history. So it's like Nikki said, I don't necessarily say like blow it up in a sense, but maybe if you could somehow retool. You do still have a strong core in a sense that for the most part, most of those guys are going to be there. So you lose one and all of a sudden Batman doesn't have Robin. And now it's a case of where do you go from there? So like Nikki said, I would just retool.
Yeah. Teacher got game. We all are too, but I'm really thinking Jaylen Brown's going to get traded to the Rockets. I just really got that feeling James Harden's going to go over there because the Rockets do have assets that do have young players that they can move over to Boston. So it's just like, do you build it around Tatum? Or like my good friend Beantown Breakdown, he still wants Tatum gone. So I know that's not going to happen for a fact after what he did to my Sixers and what he did in the Eastern Conference Finals. But Jaylen Brown, could he get traded, you think? And also the Hawks, they're another good destination for Jaylen Brown.
Wow.
I think he might be traded.
And I'm reading the tea leaves, and like I know it's just a hat, but Jaylen Brown wore an Atlanta Hawks hat before he in the presser before the after the Game 7 loss. Maybe that was like a little hint to everybody without saying anything, like, hey, like my hat. But no, there's a lot of rumors that Trae Young has rubbed a lot of people in the organization and players with his attitude and how he keeps himself. He's a great player on the court. Absolutely. Don't get that wrong. But the stuff off, at what point does that transcend what happens on the court, right? So, I mean, do they make that move and then Trae comes to Boston and it's a complete mistake? Who knows? But, there's something there. That I feel like there is something there, though.
Yeah. Nikki, do you think Jaylen Brown might get traded?
Tough question to answer because there's always a lot of rumors that go around. It may seem like it's going to happen, but
not for the Sixers fans.
You only really know. Only ones that really know and have an idea are Jaylen Brown and the people in the front office over there with the Boston Celtics. I mean, I don't think it'll happen.
I got a really gut feeling that he might get traded, but I don't think it'll be for Trae Young. I think it might be for like
now.
Kevin,
if he requests one, I could see that happening.
Or like a couple picks and a Kevin Huerter or something. That way, you still got Trae Young, Jaylen Brown, John Collins. Do they still have Capella?
Yep, they would probably want something like that though, in order to get Brown and plus the salary, because you got to match salaries obviously too, right, in the league. I'm almost assuming they would probably want a John Collins as well as, like you said, a couple picks and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, but if Jaylen Brown goes to Atlanta, he's not going to like Trae Young just hiking up threes every single, like, he's not going to like that at all. I mean, come on. Like, Jaylen Brown is a guy down to the wire. He can take over a game. I'm not saying Trae Young can't, but I would give it to Jaylen Brown over Trae Young in crunch time. That's just me. Wait, I kind of want to trade Jaylen Brown and reworked around Tatum, Smart, White, and Williams. I mean, hey, the draft is coming up. The Rockets have what pick? Don't they have like the 5th pick or something?
Isn't the
third is the Trailblazers, 1 is the Spurs, 2 is the Charlotte Hornets, 3 is the Trailblazers, I just said it. 4 Could it be 4? Could it be 4?
Hold on, I got it right here. So it's San Antonio, Charlotte, Portland, Houston, Detroit, Orlando, Indiana, Washington, Utah, Dallas, Orlando, Oklahoma, Toronto, and then New Orleans.
So
yeah, they got
Houston's
4. They got 4.
So maybe Celtic. Could you imagine if the Celtics give him Jaylen Brown for like that 4th pick?
They also have the 20th as well.
Yeah. Wait, the Rockets do?
Yeah, they got it from the Clippers for, I think it was for Gordon, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So, dude, they could honestly trade that up, and they could trade 4 for like a Jaylen Brown. They really could. And then you have assets to get James Harden, even though he might just go there for free just a sign. But it's going to be crazy if they get Jaylen Brown and the Celtics get the 4th pick. If the Celtics get the 4th pick, they could get one of the Thompson brothers.
Potentially, yep.
Yep. Wow. Like, Brandon Miller will probably go to Charlotte. 3 will probably be Stu Henderson. And then 4 will be one of the Thompson brothers.
Wow.
Damn. Just like, damn. I kind of laugh at Houston. It seems hilarious that they get screwed in the lottery. Well, the Pistons got screwed too.
Someone always gets screwed in the lottery. We're honest.
Yeah, Nicky doesn't really like the lottery. He thinks it's fixed, which I can't knock. So I really can't knock that. So, about the Pistons, they might get Monty Williams as their head coach.
Ooh, I heard they threw a big bag at him.
That would certainly be an upgrade for them, but
be
I don't think the results would be their year 1.
They will move up because Cade Cunningham is back. They have like the 5th pick. So everything's going their way right now. Like, if they get Monty Williams, that coach, that would be big, right? That would be big. And, dude, he could turn that whole team around. Like, that would be freaking insane if they get Monty.
It did scratch my head a little bit when they did chip Sadiq Bey out, though. I was like, what the heck are they doing there? Okay. But then again, with all the young talent and the contracts coming up, at some point somebody's going to get paid, so the money's got to work somewhere. So I do get it.
Yeah, the lottery is rigged. See, there you go. And by the way, you spelled Ridge, not rigged.
It is Ridge.
Shout out to Midge Juggernuggets, Ridgeway. But
very rigid.
So, I know we'll talk about the coaches, with Doc Rivers, everything later. Not Doc Rivers. Oh my God.
You want the guy gone so much now you can't get him out of your head.
Dude, he's going to Phoenix. I don't care what TRL says. He's going to Phoenix. So, like with the coaches, right? Nick Nurse. Who's the next one going to get hired?
Rivers would be a good coach in Phoenix. They're both underachievers. That'd be a great fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, bruh. Damn. But yeah, I wonder who will be the next coach getting hired. Honestly, I can see Kenny Atkinson going to. There's so many vacancies. There's so many. Hey, coach. Peace and blessings, love. Yep. Same to you, coach. Same to you. Would you like to pop in, coach? I can DM you the link if you want to pop in and just talk basketball. Sure, we'd love to hear your knowledge about this.
I feel like my Raptors might be homing in on a coach soon, because I guess they want the coach in place within the first week and a half before the draft, and we're getting close to the draft. So
the draft, man, I'm so excited for that. That's like my holiday. Like with this draft, right? The classes are deep. The coaches are going to get hired. I'm telling you, this is one of the most interesting drafts out there. What up, Nomads? What up, bro? Thank you for stopping by.
And don't be surprised if the Raptors hire Jordi Fernandez, the assistant head coach to Mike Brown in Sacramento. I guess apparently he's getting a lot of tread. Apparently a lot of people want to check him out. So he got brought in for an interview. So Be on the lookout.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, man, these coaching vacancies are insane. Like this offseason, just incredible. So
Mhm.
let's actually just talk about the finals, guys. The finals are here. We got the Heat and Nuggets. All right. I'll
What?
take. Okay, cool, coach. I'll DM you the link right now. I'll just DM you the link so that way you can just hop on it. So the finals, right? How do you guys feel about it? Is it Kawhi Leonard loves it, but how do you guys feel about this? Like to me, I'm more excited about this finals because with the matchup between Jokic and Bam, those
Ooh.
two, that matchup alone, Jokic, a top 1 center, Bam, top 5 center, like that, and Bam was all defensive. He was in running for defensive player of the year a couple years back. So that's the matchup I would like to see. So how do you guys feel about this matchup starting tomorrow night?
So hard to believe it's tomorrow night already. It's but yeah, I'm super excited. My favorite matchup I'm looking at, either Gabe Vincent or Kyle Lowry on Jamal Murray. I want to know who's going to be guarding him. Are they going to start with Lowry and go to Gabe Vincent, or are they going to start with Gabe Vincent like they did in the Celtics series and then go to Lowry off the bench? So I want to see who's guarding Jamal Murray.
I'm trying to think. Would it be MPJ? Oh, Jamal Murray, my man. So it got to be Butler, right?
You think Butler?
Like
You don't
who
think
else would
Butler?
Butler guard? Who else would Butler guard? What up, halftime?
Michael Porter Jr.?
Michael Porter Jr. will be guarding Jamal Murray.
No, Michael Porter is on Jamal Murray. Michael Porter would be guarded by Butler.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then who else? If Victor Oladipo's back, bro, that would have been huge. If Oladipo's there for defense, but
So Caleb Martin, who's Caleb Martin going to be on, right?
like there's so many different it's like mismatch at each way you look at it. So
Plus, like the Nuggets, they got the height because they got Aaron Gordon, they got like you said, Jokic, they got Contavious Caldwell Pope, they got why am I starting to draw a blank on his name? He comes in off the bench. Bruce
oh,
Brown.
Bruce Brown, yes.
Bruce Brown. So, like I'm not saying he's huge, but I'm just saying like I have to see who's playing, and then I'll be able to dictate what matches are. But either way, I'm excited to see who Jamal Murray's guarded by.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should
I
live
still think the
stream it
Nuggets
tomorrow.
got this series. They're clearly the better all-around team here.
Hey, Dakota. But
And I initially predicted it would be the Nuggets and Bucks, but we all know how that turned out.
Dude, who did I predict? I know for hell I did not pick the Sixers. I picked the Bucks. I think I picked the Bucks and the Suns. I think I did a rematch last year. That's what I picked. But boy, was I wrong. Now Budenholzer's gone.
Yep, and I did predict the Nuggets to win this year, so that one part can still come true.
So you got that winning the thing.
Yeah, up against the Heat.
Yeah. So Randy, how do you
Seven
feel?
or
Huh?
7 games, Nicky, or what do you
Yeah, how
think?
many games, bro?
I don't. With the way the Nuggets are on a roll right now, I mean, they should be able to take care of them 4 or 5, but maybe the rest days might take away a little bit of momentum. Maybe 6 games.
That's fair.
Maybe 5 or 6.
So who's home? It's the Nuggets that are home, right? So they're playing
Right.
in Denver.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they're the higher seed.
It's tough to win in Denver. It's really tough to win.
Altitude, man. Yeah. Like they say, the air's super thin up there. Once you get up higher in the mountains, air starts getting super thin. And up there, that's their biggest advantage. That's why they say you play for home court, because most of the time, for the better part, you're supposed to be better at home than you are on the road for the most part. Be way above 500 and then be 500 or better on the road, and you'll be a good team. And they got that advantage, man. So, like Nikki said, though, I'm wondering about the rust. I'm wondering about the rest. Is there going to be some rust there? So,
yeah. Now for the Nuggets, right? If the Celtics won, would the Celtics have home court advantage? Because I believe they have a better record. Or no, because the Bucks were the 1 seed.
yeah. Yeah, they were the one seed in their division. That's right. Yeah, the Bucks were first and they were second, then you guys were third. Yeah, that's right.
So the
Oh,
NBA
wow.
bring back the Bobcats to bring them to a new city. I'm down.
I didn't like those jerseys.
I didn't like the jerseys either, but it was nice to see another team there. Daniel got beaten.
Okafor.
Yeah. So with me, my X factor for this series, for this finals,
Ooh, Daniel.
it's gotta be Tyler Hero. He's coming back game 3. And think about
Yeah,
this,
they
right?
didn't. Yeah, they didn't say game 1. They said he wasn't going to be potentially ready for game 1 or 2, but they're hoping for game 3. Yeah,
Now
that's huge.
If the Heat can steal one from Denver and Tyler Hero comes back in game 3 and he's back to the Tyler Hero that can put up like 21 points a night, sign me up, Tyler Hero. How about you guys? Who's your X factor? NBA should bring back the Supersonics. Yeah. Yes. I think we all going to agree about that. Yes.
I'd say Tyler Hero.
Okay, so you're agreeing with me. I like it. He is a hero. Yes, he is.
My X factor for both teams are actually for me, it's not Tyler Hero, because I don't know if he's gonna come back being as hot as everybody feels like he is. I mean, he hasn't shot a ball in God knows how long, and he's gonna get that rhythm back and whatnot. And then I say that, and he'll probably go drop 28 and be like 6 of 9 from 3, look like an idiot. But for me, honestly, the X factor has to be Caleb Martin. He has to continue what he did from the Celtics series, this series. And then what I'm saying about this series for the Nuggets, MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. has to have a game. He has to have a game where he takes it over. He lets Jokic and Jamal Murray be the second fiddle, and he has to go out and have himself a game because he hasn't done it in the playoffs yet. And they've gotten by so far with just Joker and Murray. But man, if he stood up huge and had himself a 30, 40, maybe even a potential 50 burger, look out, because he has it in him. He's that type of player. He can do it. So those are my X factors.
Okay, yeah. I was just trying to go different. And now for the Nuggets, it's Jamal Murray, bro. For me. It's gotta be Jamal Murray.
He's been all season long, especially all playoff run long.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah. So Jamal Murray, man, the guy's been shooting 40% plus from 3.
Yeah.
So when he is hot, he is hot. Like the Nuggets are keep on moving. They keep on moving. What up, Coach?
What's up? How are you guys doing?
Hey, Coach.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
I'm just on my laptop. I'm on my laptop. Sorry about the quality. My computer's still running, so.
No, you're good, man. All good. All good. So, how do you feel about these finals, Coach?
Miami in 7.
Okay.
Miami has, for me, they have proven, because don't forget, they beat number 1 and number 2 in the East along with the Knicks. So they've had a harder fight, so they're battle tested. And I'm not taking anything away from Denver. Denver has proven that they deserve to be here. They've beaten some formidable opponents, and sweeping the Lakers with LeBron and AD, no matter where they are in their careers, that's still something that you have to respect. But Miami, it's just something about them, and Hemi buckets. He's just that man. He's and next to your question as far as the X factor is what's his name? Caleb Martin.
Yes.
He's been playing some good playoff basketball.
Yeah.
So what's up, Chad? That's it for me. So go ahead, you got it.
Actually, big news. Further AM just hit 600 subscribers. So he finally hit it. Yeah. So the shorts are working. He finally hit 600. So congrats to you, AM. He's going to pop on in a bit. But
congrats further.
Yeah. What's up, Earl? How you doing, man? How you feeling, Earl? How you feeling, man? He's taking this. Yeah. So For me,
Joker is going to be a problem because I do wonder who's going to really handle him. But on the flip side, can Joker handle what's his
Adebayo.
name?
Adebayo?
Yeah, Bam. If he can he handle Bam? Because Bam can take him off the dribble.
Yeah.
You know, so can that put him in foul trouble? So, but I also think Denver's going to do a lot of pick and roll and force them to switch. And Miami is the only thing about Miami is they're not a tall team. So
yes, that's what I was getting at, Coach. Yeah.
Jokic has the height and his passing ability, but I mean, and Jamal Murray, respecting him, he's been playing good playoff basketball too. But it's just something about this Miami team that everyone doubts them. Everyone questions. Oh, they're a team full of guys who weren't drafted or they're undrafted players, so on and so forth. Well, that's even more respect to them because if that's the type of team they have, they didn't, these guys were undrafted and they're critical and they're key players to help them get to the finals. They have to be doing something right.
Yeah, shout out to their scouting department. Shout out to them. They were sitting there just salivating at the mouth as everybody was skipping on them themselves, even too, because they waited until they became available as an undrafted free agent because they still even knew these guys can be dogs. These guys can potentially be even leaders for us. And like you said, look at their roster. Everyone's been doubting them all year, and they snuck in, and then ever since they've been riding that high. So yeah, you got to give them the respect. But yeah, I'm sticking with my Canadian boy Jamal Murray and the Nuggets. I got to respect what Coach said, but yeah, I still got the Nugs.
Now, here's the thing about the Heat, right? The Warriors did that years ago with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. I mean, look at that. Like, it's proving that you don't need a super team anymore. Like, I feel like the super team era is slowly creeping away. You see what happened with the Brooklyn Nets. You saw what happened with the Phoenix Suns. You see what happened with these other teams. But once you have a good team surrounded by that superstar player, a.k.a. Jimmy Butler, a.k.a. Steph Curry, you're going places, bro. You're going places. Well, I feel like the super teams are sliding down a little bit there. That's how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I mean, for me, it's just about finding the right players to fit your system.
Yeah,
that's ultimately what it is. I mean, if if you go back to the years, decades in the past, I mean, look at Detroit when they won it, and they didn't quote unquote have superstars. I mean, if you want to consider Chauncey Billups at that time a superstar, okay, but
Rip Hamilton,
or Rip Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace. I mean, was Ben Wallace there at that time too?
Yep.
I think Ben Wallace was there.
Yep.
But they were hardworking glue players who understood the system and they fit into what the team was there for. Because it's still, yes, you can have a superstar. Sometimes a superstar hurts you. A superstar will stagnate your offense. You'll give them the ball and they'll sit there and everybody will wait for him to make a move where what, if you're moving, everybody's consistently moving, the ball is moving, if it forces the defense to always have to go from one side to the other and someone's going to get open, as long as they hit the open shot, there you go.
That's exactly it. Yep. It's a make or miss league. I hate to say it, but it really is, man. It really is.
Now, would you call the Nuggets a super team or no? They just have a big three.
No,
I don't consider. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the same as you, Coach. I don't think so in the sense other than like maybe Aaron Gordon and some of the other pieces, most of it's homegrown. This has all just been like them building through the draft. Like, of course, it's taken them a little bit, but I mean, shoot, I mean, I hate to gloat, but I mean, the Raptors did the same way too. I mean, at some point we had to make some moves in order to make it work, and it worked. And our nucleus, our bench had Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, and Norman Powell, and look where they are now in their careers. I mean, Norman's not with us anymore, but he's a key piece in anybody's playoff run. I mean, shoot, he's with the Clippers right now. So, but yeah, I digress. I agree with you, Mitch. The super team era is pretty much showing that you can draft well, you can have a good team. It's just whether or not the guys want to stay too, depending on the area as well.
Hey,
For
Rev.
me,
Hey, Rev. But for me, there's one player on the Nuggets that fell right into their lap. Michael Porter Jr. If Michael Porter Jr. was actually not injured with that back and he got picked up high, that's a difference maker right there. Michael Porter Jr. I'm telling you, a 6'10" forward who can shoot the three like nothing. Like, if he did not fall to them, it might be a different team in the finals.
It's the same like OG Anunoby. OG tore his ACL in college, and nobody wanted to take a run at him. The Raptors were like, we'll take him. We'll let him rehab because we still have some guys. And then look what happened now. And then the rest is all history as well. So you're right. Some people are willing to take that risk, and some other teams are just like, you know what? It's not at this point in time.
Apparently not the Sixers. Yeah. So, Coach, you were saying?
AK, you're a Raptors fan.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. You know, I mean, they're not a super team. You know, they're built the way, you know, they were drafted and, you know, grown the right way. You're not running out there throwing all this money at these superstar players. You know, you build it the right way. So, you know, or you build. I don't want to say it's the wrong way if you go that route. I mean, if it works for you and you win, it's the right way. But the bottom line is, most of us as fans, we want to see, if you come into our team, we want to see the guys that come into our team do well. So
yeah. Yeah, especially when the naysayers say they're not going to be good, or why'd they pick him? He's never even played college in the US of A. You know what's going on here? And then all of a sudden he turns out to be a 3-time All-Star. He's got a chip, and he's considered one of an all defensive player. So it's like, you know, you can say what you want to say, but in the end, the players will prove themselves to us.
Ergo, Victor Wembanyama. I'm telling you, man. Did you see that clip that went viral?
Is that one where the guy was guarding him and he just like spun off him and just kind of like the net was there and he just kind of threw it in?
No, he lobbed it off the glass and did it between the legs.
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't see that then. No.
I'll send it to you on Twitter. But it's just bro.
I saw one where he had a guy guard him and he was like 6'6", and it made him look like he was nothing, and he just spun off and the guy fell over, tried to embellish, but he spun off of him, so he couldn't do it, and then he just like threw it down, but he didn't even have to hop because like the net was just like right there. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Man, you want to know how to build a bad team? Look at the Bulls.
Yep.
Look at the Sixers.
Enough said.
Okay, can you take?
I will say, AK, your team took some swing and misses on players, and that's what it ended up being, a miss. But you know, you can't fault. At least you made the playoffs. You got into the play-in, and then, you know, you beat us. You beat us. You beat our ass. We missed 18 free throws. I'm still not going to remember that. Forget that until next year.
Look who's here. I'm just going to let him pop in himself.
Oh,
never mind. Who? Congrats on your 600, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro. Congratulations, man.
It's been a long road, dude. I am so humble right now. Thank you, everybody.
I told you. Short.
Dude, two of them got over 1.5K.
There you go. I'm telling you.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to probably get Fred Van.
I went outside to sit down and get some sun, and I look at my phone. I go, let me just go check. I had just walked outside. It hadn't been 5 minutes. I gotten off the phone with Mitch, and I called, and I'm like, holy, what? I called Mitch right away, and I was like, dude, I literally just went outside and sat down, and I already have 12 subs. I was like, what's going on?
I will say, though, if you guys do get Fred VanVleet, just a heads up, the latter part of his this season, he kept dealing with a really bad nagging back injury.
I know that.
So I'm like, I'm just saying, if you guys go after FVV, you know, just you guys are gonna do your due diligence. But I'm just saying, like, but he's a good player, man. Like, you guys will love him if you guys get him.
I think we are, and I just think we're letting Harden walk because I don't think Nick Nurse wants him.
Wow, that's crazy. I hope so. That'd be so much better for you guys.
Nick Nurse is a defensive guy. Harden doesn't play.
Harden don't play defense. Yeah, he ain't gonna want Harden.
Halftime, if you're in here, that's why we're not getting Trae Young. Our coach does not like players who doesn't play defense.
That
So,
I
fair enough.
told you. He tells you bring your lunch pail on the defensive end, and the offensive end I'll let you get rewarded. That's how he does it. That was his mindset
Okay.
when we won our chip. So I'm telling you right now, he wants you to play defense. That's his MO, hard defense and rush back. He wants to see you running. You run. Like if not, on the bench. Apparently that was why the young guys never got a lot of playing time. They weren't showing enough like energy and tenacity when he saw it. But yet when I said when we had injuries, when we was forced to play him, we went 5-1 with them. But I digress.
Well, that's different from my team. Like
Yes.
my team, my old coach will only play the old guys. Like he didn't even give a chance for the young guys at all.
And
So
that's
in my live stream when I was reacting to the Nick Nurse hiring, I was saying Paul Reed is going to get minutes, McDaniel's going to get minutes, Jaden Springer might get minutes now. So it's just
It's like the only time they would ever see the playing field, Mitch, is when literally Harden or Embiid would not be playing the game.
Yep.
Niang's
That's
gone.
the only time.
Cork Miles is
And
gone
they
because
would
they don't
win.
play a
That's
lick
what was so
D.
unbelievable. They would literally win without
They play-
Harden and Embiid.
Yeah. Like
And if not, then you guys will just have him as bench warmers because he won't play them.
I don't understand.
now, just saying, somehow, some way, if we do get eliminated in the second round again, we cannot blame the coach. We cannot.
Nope.
Knowing
It'll
me, I
safely
still
have
will.
time.
Knowing me, I still will. But it would
Oh,
just be like, we
stop.
can't do that. Like, we can't.
At
do
that
that.
point,
Like,
now it falls on the GM for roster development or roster construction.
this is the year that Daryl Morey's on the hot seat. This is the year. Because
I'm
if
down.
he did not, this is what I truly believe. If he did not fire Doc Rivers, he would have been fired. I really feel like the firing of Doc Rivers saved the job.
I just like how the saying, everyone keeps saying we went from a dog to a nurse. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
never going to get old. I tell
Well, guess
my
what?
friends that.
This nurse is the most recent winner.
Wait, AK, you're
That's
going
true.
live tonight?
Yep.
Halftime and I are doing the Phillies game.
Knock
What time
on
are you going
wood.
live?
What
Apparently,
time is he doing? What time is he doing his live?
I just asked him, so he'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
We need to bring back Curry. What, Seth Curry? That guy didn't play a lick of defense, but the amount of points he did put up did keep us in contention with those Hawks in that year.
No, he
Yeah,
meant Del
you
Curry.
know,
He need to bring
main
Del Curry
natural
back
power-
as an announcer. No,
Oh, like 10. Okay.
10 o'clock.
I'm
yeah.
just joking. I don't know.
I'll hop on that. AK, I'll hop on it. I'll hop on that. So, yeah, the Phillies game should be done.
You know,
by then.
some Nets fans wouldn't mind y'all taking Curry back.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of the Nets fans want us to take Simmons back.
Of course. Of course.
I'm not in my head like, no.
9:30? Okay. I'll be there after the Phillies game. I'll pop in after. Yep.
And that's the other thing too, Coach. I'm glad you brought up the Nets too. Like what are they gonna do? There's lots of rumors that they might even start shipping off guys that they just received after they just got them from the Durant trade. So it's crazy with them.
But see that's a matter of, you know, are you going to full blown rebuild?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's basically what it sounds like. I personally can't see them trading away Bridges. I just can't. It makes no
Same.
sense.
They're not.
No.
He's at least one piece you keep because that other players will want to play with him.
Yes.
But I mean, and Cam Johnson, if you can, personally, I think they need to bring him back. He can fit into their system. I can't see. You know, Jeff would always say Nicholas Claxton is untouchable, and to be
He's
honest,
untouchable. Yeah. That was his boy. That was his boy, man. He
Yeah.
liked him a lot.
So, you know, now some of the others, I agree. A lot of those other ones, they're going to go. What's his name? The other Cam, the young guy, Cam
Whitmore?
Thomas.
Oh, Thomas. Okay.
Cam Thomas could be a good trading piece. You
Yep.
know, so you know, Portland is not trading Dame. They're not.
No. I think
No.
they'll trade the pick.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
He wants them to build a team that he can win with right now before he's done. He doesn't want to be known as a guy that's a hopper. He said.
exactly. And that's why I have a lot of respect for him.
Same.
He's sticking it out. He's riding it. So
him and Beal, I have so much respect for him and Beal. I mean, Beal could have been gone probably a long time ago, but I mean, shoot, he said no. I'll stick with this team. This is the guys that chose me, so I got to ride with my boys, and got to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but with Portland, are they just going to trade the third pick? Like, they're in a good spot. If I were them, I'll take Brandon Miller. If he's still available,
I know, Mitch.
Don't take him.
I get the prospect, bro. I really do. But the key word on that name is prospect.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to play with somebody that's going to go through growing pains and, he might have good games and, he might have games where he might get exposed because now the NBA knows what he's about. So he's got to change his game a little bit. So what Dame wants is they want to dangle that as like a trade chip so they can get somebody that he knows that he could play alongside a lot better than CJ McCollum, in my opinion, potentially somebody that he can go to when he's in crunch mode where they know they can seriously get a basket for him. That's why, because otherwise they would keep the pick and draft that guy, but he's in win mode now. He's telling them we got to win now.
Here's a thought.
Left.
Here's a thought. What if the Nets sent them Cam Thomas, Ben Simmons, and they sign and trade Cam Johnson for that number 3? Do you think that would be too much? Do you think Portland would like that idea? Because Cam Johnson can definitely score. Ben Simmons, for all his bad scoring, he gives you so much more everywhere else, passing, rebounding. When he's invested, we all know that. He has good size, good length. So, he can play, he can defend 1 to 5. So it's not, he can score if he's close to the basket, and then Cam Thomas, we all know his biggest thing that he brings is scoring. He brings scoring. He's young, yes, he needs to still grow, but he's going into his third season, so you can grow a little bit more with him. So do you think if and then the Nets would get probably a number 3 and maybe another player coming back? I mean, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Do you think that would be a good one? I mean, I'm just doing that because it's the Nets, though. So that's the other reason why.
Yeah, I like it. Not just the fact I can't stand Ben Simmons. It's just the fact that they're giving more of a retooling to the Portland Trailblazers, and with the Nets getting Dame and Bridges, that's good. I liked it. And you still have Claxton there. Bro, I like that. See, like I said before, Trae Young is not going anywhere.
I'll say 2 things, Coach. I'll say yes, I like it. 1, but I'll tell you why, and I'll say no, why I don't like it. Yes, I like it because Portland isn't giving up the Simons kid. Plus, none of their young talent like a Nasir Little. So those guys are already there. Plus, they're guaranteed 17 to 20 something points.
Mm-hmm.
So that's right there. That's the bonus. The negative is you don't know what you're getting with Ben Simmons. You don't really know what you're getting with
You don't even know if Simmons is gonna play.
Yeah, if Simmons is gonna play. You don't know if Cam Thomas is gonna bring what works so well for him in Brooklyn over there, and if that will transcend over there with that coaching and plus that style of play. But I do like the idea both ways. But I don't with the sense with Simmons. But I know it's a win-loss. It is.
No, you're right, and that's why I said Cam Johnson is the X factor in that whole trade. Because he's still a good player. He could be a good third option. On a championship running team. If you really, because same thing. He's 6'10". He can shoot. He's not the greatest a defender, but he has length to cause problems.
Absolutely.
And when he gets going, I mean, he's a bucket machine. So that's why I was looking at it. And then, like you said, with the young players that Portland had, the player that I was thinking was going to come back actually though from Portland to Brooklyn was actually Cam Reddish.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking, maybe they'll throw Cam Reddish in, send him back to New York, just to Brooklyn. And you know what? You know, because Cam
Support
Reddish,
like keeps their bench there. They keep their bench in a sense with you say with them just sending off Reddish. They still get Simmons and Nasir Little because then the guys that you mentioned are going to be the starters. So you still keep your bench, but you also bolster it a little bit.
Exactly. And B is going to
like
have
that.
a problem with the new coach because he doesn't run nowhere.
What, Nick Nurse? I don't understand what you mean.
He's saying Nick, he doesn't move up and down the court quickly. I think that's what he means.
What he means is Embiid and Nick Nurse are going to get along too well because Embiid doesn't like to run up and down the court a lot. But I am told that Nick Nurse picked the Sixers because of Embiid.
Yeah, over the Suns.
Look, I would. You want Embiid? I mean, you don't need Embiid running up and down the court, back and forth, back and forth. You need him coming up, set your offense. You know, he's still good on the defensive end. He'll help out down low. He'll protect your rim, but offensively, you know, you guys know so much that he can do. You know, yes, he needs to stay off the ground. I know Mitch always harps on that. You know, but you know, other than that, it's you know, he's to me, he's an old school type of a center, to be honest with you. But
yes,
he can still get up and down. And then here's the thing: even if he's coming down the court as a trailer, he can shoot the three.
Yes.
So it now forces whoever's going to guard him. Does he stay down low or go out to the corners to try and help out, or does he stay up top and leave the lane truly open because Embiid is trailing and he still needs to guard him? So don't think, because he's slow getting up the court. He's the type of big man who, you know what, he can at least hit the three coming as a trailer, and as a big defender, you know, it put you in quandary. And then on top of that, he can still dribble and attack the rim. So, you know, it's if I'm a coach, if I'm a basketball coach and I got him, okay, you're right. I'm picking Philly over Phoenix. You know, so
we've seen what Ayton did.
Phoenix, they're about
Ayton
to fall
and Embiid,
off.
they don't even hold the weight. I don't care the contracts do, but the players, they don't. Ayton's softer than baby shit. I'm sorry, but he is. Like that guy could be one of the most dominant centers in this league, but he's afraid of something. I think it's all up here, man. I honestly do.
I just think, if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't born in this country, so there's a difference. We all know that, you know, if you're in North America and playing basketball, there's just a different mindset, you know, as opposed to certain, or if you're from Europe, you know, or Australia, you have that physicality, that toughness that's within your head, within your mindset. Other players coming from other countries, they have to work up to it, and I don't think. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Ayton wasn't born here? He was like in the Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I'll look it up.
And I don't think he has that, and he fully understood that. I think, remember, Akeem Olajuwon was kind of. But he had good players at Houston that helped him get acclimated to the game of basketball. And then he also had I'm sorry?
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas, that's what I thought. So, and they don't have basketball down there like that. You know, if you said Africa, I could start to say, okay, they're developing now. But the Bahamas, that's why, like, when you say about Tim Duncan, the way he played, and think about it, Tim Duncan kind of is in the same mindset. He wasn't nasty, but he had great skill set. This guy Ayton is just he in a sense, you want to say he's soft. I just say he doesn't have the internal fortitude and the internal toughness that a lot of American, Canadian, European, you know, all these other places these players have in terms of playing the game of basketball, because it is different.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that assessment 100%. Absolutely. That's why I said a lot of it has to be mental too, because if somebody could unlock that inside of him and say, like, listen, like, look at your size, look at your height, look at your weight, how dominant you are down where if someone gives you the ball, and that you keep it above your head, there ain't nothing they're doing to stop that. You're putting that in the basket. And at times they've shown it, and I've seen clips where he actually backs away. He's scared. Like, he's like, whoa, this is too big of a moment. It's like, that's a conundrum for the Phoenix Suns. And I think that's why Nick Nurse looked at that and said, Sixers over that. That's why.
I would love for Shaq to grab Ayton, man, and really take him and help him grow.
But you guys are
2 weeks.
You guys are forgetting something with Nick Nurse. He was the coach of the D-League team when Daryl Morey was the GM. So there's another reason why he picked.
Yeah, he was from Houston. Nick Nurse is from Houston. Yeah.
True.
So not a lot of people talk about that. So it's just like we already have connection there, which is good. I just want to know who the coaching staff is going to be. Are we still keeping Cassell, Burke, Yoger? Are we still picking each guy, keeping them, or that's what I'm interested in.
If I'm a coach and you have guys who you know will come with you, and they know your system, they work with you, you're bringing your coaches. Sorry, you might keep one, maybe. Like I could understand if you kept Sam Cassell, because he is a good coach. But you know what? If he says no, I just want a clean sweep and I want to go with everyone that I know, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if
you lost Adrian Griffin. He became the head coach of the Bucks, so he didn't even get a chance to snag him with him along that way too. So there's that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, with these coaches, it's just, I don't know where they're going to go from here. Monty Williams might go to the Pistons.
I think that's where, I heard that too. And I'm thinking that makes a lot of sense.
It does. You have Cade Cunningham. You got Jalen Duren. You got young people there. And then if you got this pick, the 5th overall pick, maybe a Thompson brother, and you still got Jaden Ivey there. Like, the Pistons are good down the line. Right now, no. The factor is that Cade Cunningham is back. He missed the whole year last year.
I'm back now.
You're back? All right, that's good. So, Nikki, tell me how you feel about Monty Williams. Like, was there another team you could see him going to? Like, could you see him going to the... Oh, yeah, the Bucks got a head coach. Who else sees the head coach? Is it the Suns and the Pistons, right?
And the Raptors.
Oh, yeah, and the Raptors.
Okay, that's
Here's
right.
another possible team. Pistons and Raptors are the two teams he might go to.
Okay. I mean, I can see the Pistons, right? Because you got a future. What about Toronto?
And remember, the Pistons traded and got James Wiseman, that 7-foot center from the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about Wiseman.
Remember that. So
Then
he'll
you
be
have
fully
Wiseman
healthy.
and
Whoever
Duren.
goes there, they got a plethora of dudes to mess with, man. Sorry,
They
Mitch.
got Wiseman and Duren? Bruh. Sign me
Yeah.
up. God dang.
That makes
Yep.
sense. Yeah, Detroit makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Apparently they threw the bag at him too. So yeah, he would be. Yeah, that would be it would be interesting. Let's put it that way. And I would hate to see it because then we play them. They played us hard this year. And yeah, we had a hard. I think we had a losing record against the Pistons this year actually. So that put it that way. They're a tough team, man. As is. Now you have
they're
a coach,
at least going in the right direction.
yeah, and you have a coach with a mindset like Monty Williams has, that dog mentality. He gets that out of those guys. Ooh, I wouldn't want the bad boy Pistons coming back again 2.0.
That is why I thought Monty Williams was going to come back to the Sixers because he was on our coaching staff years back. So I thought he was going to come here, but I'm happy with Nick Nurse. So what about Budenholzer? I'm kind of shocked by him.
Yeah.
I'm really shocked by Budenholzer. Where's he going to go? He may not even go back.
I wonder if that's part of, sorry if I cut anybody off, but I wonder if that's part of him being like, I just got, I got blindsided, I got fired, and then my main guy, Greek Freak's telling me he wants somebody else to be his coach. So maybe he's just taking some time to himself right now and he doesn't want to look for a job. Maybe he's just saying, family right now.
Hey, it makes sense. Take the year off.
Yeah.
Re-energize.
Yeah.
And, see what happens next year.
It's kind of like with Frank Vogel. He's been taken off ever since they won the bubble. And I don't understand why they fired him then. I don't know why they fired him.
I don't know either.
That was just the weakest fire in history.
And you know, Caleb Martin's the new Steph Curry.
Yeah, but here's the hey Earl.
Hey guys.
You talk about Budenholzer.
Yeah. But Earl,
Yeah,
how you
not
feeling,
blame the
man?
rest of the team. Even Giannis is this wasn't a failure mentality. Like, dude, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You're the number 1 seed in the playoffs going against Miami. You should on paper be the favorites to win. What do you mean that wasn't a failure? It was.
Yeah. So Earl, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling, man?
Well, I'm still reeling,
Yeah.
from everything.
Yeah.
And I got an update on Jeff's condition and what happened.
I've been calling the guy. What is it?
Okay, so apparently Jeff caught E. coli bacteria poisoning, and it gave him blood blisters, and he never went to the doctor to take care of it. And apparently, after he did a solo video on Sunday, I believe it was Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Sunday night, he suffered a massive heart attack from the E. coli bacteria poisoning, which he got from seafood.
Oh shit!
Coach, I said that last night. So Ed, oh my god, Earl, was it from that guy who told you?
No, I spoke to I just got off the stream. I just got off the internet with Mr. Zaletto, who is Jeffrey's friend, who knows Ed. So Ed knows this guy
it was
named
another guy. Okay.
Yes, it's another guy. And his Jeffrey's father told him what had happened and who found him in the apartment.
Oh, okay. So it was E. coli poisoning?
Yeah, it was E. coli poisoning. Now, what they did is they had to Google his symptoms because Jeffrey didn't go to the doctor. He didn't want to go to the doctor. So they had to Google the symptoms. And one of the symptoms is blood blisters, which Jeffrey had. He had blood blisters. And I believe what happened is the poison entered his bloodstream and either raised his blood pressure to the point where he got the stroke, a massive stroke, or it raised his blood pressure to the point where he got a heart attack. So we're not sure exactly which is which. He will be getting a medical examination. The autopsy will be done very soon.
Can you give me the guy's number?
Yeah, I'm going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot you his name and stuff, and I'll send it to you on the
Facebook,
on the message and the Facebook, and then you
Earl. Yes, because
and then you can speak to him, and then you can because he just messaged me, and he asked me if we were supposed to do double or nothing, and I said yes. So apparently, I think what happened is either he caught the heart attack and died on Sunday night, or he caught the heart attack and died in his sleep on Monday morning. So I'm not sure.
Hopefully he just died in his sleep. That's all I care about. Like I just want to.
I actually had I was working up north with Alicia, and I got a blood infection, and I ended up getting like really sick. But I was like so sick to the point where I was becoming like I didn't know where I was and what I was doing, and I kept saying to Alicia, I feel like there's a spider in my mouth and it's spreading a web and I can't open my mouth. So we ended up taking a vehicle, driving an hour and a half into town to go to a hospital. I get to the hospital, they do my blood work, and they found out that I had a blood infection and my white blood cells were eating my red blood cells. And if I didn't decide to go to that hospital that night, I would have had a massive heart attack that night and I would have died. So blood infections, if you get sick, you got to go to the hospital, people. So anybody that's listening, we just found this out. Please, if anything has ever happened to you, please just go to the hospital and find out. At worst, you might just be sent home with, like there's nothing wrong, but at least you found out.
I'll tell you this much, guys. I'll tell you this much. I believe this was about 4 years ago. I suffered from E. coli bacteria. poisoning from eating bad seafood,
I think I
and
remember
almost,
that.
yeah, and I almost died.
I think I
Okay,
remember that, Earl. I remember
yeah,
that.
it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. I was
No,
in the emergency room for 9.5 hours getting pumped out. It wasn't pretty. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the doctors who took care of me. Um, I it was scary. It was really scary. And I'm telling you all right now, please don't play Russian roulette with your health.
no.
Please don't
No.
play Russian roulette with your health. If you feel awful or you feel bad or whatever, walk yourself like I did to the emergency room. Walk yourself in there
And I
and don't
text.
play with your health.
I told him to go to the hospital.
Yeah, you did, Randy. You did.
So I just wanted to let you guys know. I just wanted to give you a little update
Earl, thank you so much. Thank you,
and
Earl. This
yeah,
is why you're my
and
best friend online. This is
yeah.
why. For stuff like
I
this is
just wanna just say again, I'm gonna be taking off the month of June, and
yes,
I need time to process everything,
yes,
and I
me too.
need time to just dwell on everything. But
Yes,
I
Earl.
I I want to thank you all for your support. I want to thank everybody who supported me, and this is hard. This is hard for me.
Yes, Earl.
Earl, listen to me, bro. Take the time you need, but don't disappear, man.
Yeah,
Stay with
Yeah,
everyone because everyone, we need each other. We
Yes,
need
yeah.
each other in times of this, in situations like this, bro. So you do what you got to do. Take your time, but yo, keep your phone open, keep your Twitter open, whatever, and just pop. Hey, I'm okay. Let everyone know that you're okay. Just so we can talk and we care about you too, bro. So we
yes.
want to be there, and you don't know you're helping others too. So
yeah,
you're
man.
important, bro. So don't just disappear.
And
Earl,
I wanna just say something to you all that Monday was the most hardest thing for me to do.
yes.
It
I
was
commend
the
you.
most hardest thing I've ever done and I've ever did in my life, and I hope I don't have to go through this again.
No.
I want you all to be healthy. I want you all to be safe. And I want you all to take good care of yourselves because I need each and every one of you. I can't do this alone. I'm suffering so much inside right now. I'm just so bummed out by this whole thing. And it feels like somebody just smacked me in the face of reality. And
I hear you,
I'm going to
Earl. I
need,
haven't been able to sleep, man. I haven't slept a wink.
um,
I keep finding myself walking around and looking in the sky and hoping maybe I could hear his voice one more time, like just hear him say my name, saying, here we go, man. Football season's right around the corner.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I,
Earl,
I, I had fun with him Saturday.
yeah.
I got
I
to
did
do it with
too.
him one last time. So
I did too. And Earl, I will call you every single day
okay,
if you want me to. If you want me to call you every single day or whatever it is, I will do it. I'll leave my job. I'll call you. If that's
thank you,
what you
Mitch.
want.
I
Don't want
appreciate
it?
it. I need the crutch of support right now, Mitch,
No,
because
I'll call you every single day.
I'm hurting. And
Earl, we all are. We
I,
all
I know, I know. This thing affect everyone,
yes it
but
did.
it hurt me the most because I like working with Jeffrey,
We all did.
and I know you all did. I know you all did, but I just, for some reason, I just had a special connection with him that I don't think I'll ever have with anyone else. He made me laugh. He made me strong. He made me be the person I am today. And you all have done that for me too.
Yeah. So
And
okay.
I'm here. I'm here for everybody. And I just need time to process this.
Yes. And Earl, I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna call you every single day, and you're the heart and soul of the Hardcore Sports Network. Okay? I don't care what anyone says. You're the most important person to me online. So whatever happens from this point out, I got you back, even though I always had. All right, you're my bro.
I know you have. I know you have, Jeff. I know you have, Mitch. You've done a lot for me, and I'm indebted to you.
You've done a lot for me too, bro. You've done a lot for me too. So, if anyone's got a word they want to say, go for it. If you have any words, now's the time.
Hey, thanks for the update. And yes, like Earl, Randy indicated, please do not, and Coach as well, don't mess around with your health. Always take it serious if something isn't right and get it checked out. Rest in peace, Jeff. Thanks for the memories.
Yep. Now we know what exactly happened. So, Coach, you got anything to say?
I guess, I mean, if anybody can get information from his family about, someone said it about viewing, because there's people that want to go, there's others who want to send a donation, flowers, whatever. We need that, because that's part of the healing process, and we all need to heal differently, but we all need to heal, man. So, if anybody can get that, it would be greatly appreciated by all of us. So
yeah,
I will work on that. I will.
Earl, you and I will work on that. Okay.
Yeah.
The screenshot. Send me the message. I will help.
Okay.
All right. AM, you got anything to say, bro? You and I were talking a lot yesterday. So
I'm gonna miss doing shows with Jeff. He was a great person, and he always was live. He loved doing what he did. He did it for the fun of sports, and he brought a lot of us together. And I don't think there will be another Jeff. Jeff was one of a kind and a special person, and had a big heart and a big soul, and he will be dearly missed. And I hope. Thank you, Earl, for telling us. And
yes, thank you, Earl.
Thank you a lot. Yeah, because we were waiting, and
yeah, believe in me. Last
wanted to hear.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead further.
No, I'm just saying. I know it wasn't like the news we wanted to hear, but we heard what we heard, and it's glad now we pay our respects and talk about how wonderful he was.
Yeah. So, yeah. Last night, I feel you. So last night in Heart of the City, it was hard for us, because he wasn't there. He's a part of the show. He is a key cog. So, and I can tell you, a lot of the game, he's the first one that I stream games with, man. And, he brought me in and helped me, and I'm still growing. There's a lot of stuff he talks to me about, and it's hard, man. It is hard, so I'm with everyone. I understand what y'all are going through. As I said last night, other than the love of my life, this is the hardest thing I've had to do. And to be there when you have to pull the plug on the love of your life to this, who Jeff is like a brother to me, and yeah, this hurts.
This does hurt. Yeah. All I gotta say is, Jeff, you'll be in our prayers. We'll think about you all the time. Thank you for the great memories. And yes, but I just have one question. So the black and blue on his legs, that all went together?
Well, apparently, the poisoning that was starting to go into his bloodstream, I believe it started to clot, and it gave him deep vein thrombosis. And if most of you who don't know what deep vein thrombosis is, deep vein thrombosis is the underline of the skin of the veins in the legs start to clot, and they turn black, and they turn your skin black.
You guys want to see mine?
My mom has it. My mom has deep vein thrombosis.
So do I.
Never heard of it. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, she cannot walk anymore like she used to.
DVT. If you heard the abbreviation DVT, DVT, that's what it is. I deal with it too. I've been dealing with it, clotting.
I didn't know that, Coach.
I understand. You know,
Yeah.
I'm on blood thinners because when that happens, they're going to put you on blood thinners. You know, which
Yep.
is another issue where you have to be cautious the rest of your life in terms of,
Mm-hmm.
or while
Can't
you're on
fall,
blood thinners. Yeah,
Yeah.
falls. You
hit
have to be
yourself,
careful.
anything like that.
Um,
Yeah, man.
if
Yes.
you if a small little cut actually takes long, so yes, you might say, well, that sounds like a lot, but the alternative is, unfortunately, if you don't deal with it, what happened to Jeff could happen to anyone else. So it's something that you have to take seriously. And the swelling of your legs, yes, you have to take care of that. Your legs start to swell, it starts to discolor. If it gets real bad, you get scabs on your legs and your skin will start to peel. So, it's something that, no, I don't wish on anyone, no one. So,
So you're talking this?
yeah, yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
mine is 10 times worse
Oh.
than yours. Mine is 10 times worse
My
than yours,
my
bro.
mom has it in both her legs, and she's on blood thinners for the rest of her life.
Yeah, exactly. It's not something that, I
It
put on
hurts,
want
and
any.
it
It
hurts too.
hurts.
Yes.
There are moments when with your legs where you can't lift it.
I'll be right
Something
back.
as simple as putting it into the bed, putting your leg into the bed is a chore. And then, the energy that you take trying to get into the bed to do that. So
Yeah.
your medical, that's why I always tell my doctor he saved my life when I got sick, with everything that I've went through. I mean, they actually went into my lungs and they were headed towards my heart and my brain. And if it got to my brain, yeah, you guys would not be seeing me right now. So it's something that, we got to learn from this, man. It's something that you have to take seriously,
There's no pride
and
in going to seeing a doctor. It's your health. You want it uh sorry to cut you off, coach, but like
yeah, go
Earl
ahead.
said, you don't want to play Russian roulette with your life. And if you don't go and see a doctor and there's something wrong with you, I hate to say it, the outcome isn't what you greatly wish. It's death. So like you have to be smart with your health. If something's wrong and it doesn't feel normal and you're like breaking out in sweats and you've never done that before and all of a sudden you have palpitations in your chest, go to a doctor. That's not normal. Go see a doctor because something's wrong and you need to go see help. I'm one myself. I sit there, I'm a big hypocrite and I say this and I do that, but I need to go see a doctor myself, and I do too because who knows what could happen with me. So exactly, and then that would happen with Jeff. I am gonna take my health extremely a lot more serious now. So
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do. See, my pathway has been different because when I got sick, I ended up in a nursing home. And I lived in a nursing home for 3.5 years.
Oh.
And
Really?
yes, and as part of being in the nursing home, the only spot they had for me was putting me up in the ward where they had dementia and Alzheimer's. And sitting and watching people like that. And the only reason why I'm out of there is I got my butt up because it started with COVID. 95% of the people in my ward alone died from COVID. And that scared the crap out of me. And if it wasn't for the hard work of the social worker there, my family, and then luckily I got the call to come where I'm living now. I have my own apartment. I'm living by myself, but I get an aide, for a couple hours a day. I'm able to do for myself, but I
good
still
on.
need help.
Yeah.
And like right now, I am sitting in my walker. I have a rollator or a rolling walker that I sit in. I can sit in other chairs, but sometimes this is the most comfortable because of the pressure that it puts on my legs. So, and that's the thing that I want people to understand. Look, take your health seriously. I'm a former football player.
Outstanding.
I'm a former football player, and you know what? it I was strong. I was a bull. I grew up in my family being the strongest, the tallest, the biggest. I took care of I raised my kids by myself when their mother passed away. And when I got sick, I felt helpless because I couldn't do for my kids. And I always tell people when I coached, I was even coaching afterwards. When I was in a nursing home, I was coaching a team. And I would tell my guys, yo, go see a doctor. I don't care how it is. But as guys, we're like, no, we're tough, we're invincible. There are
Yeah.
people that just feel like, you know what, I'm good, I'll make it through. No, We don't know. We don't know. You got to go get yourselves checked out. And if somebody says, "Oh, it costs too much money," is your life worth any? Is your life worth any amount of money? That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, you know something,
So,
Coach. I agree with you 100% because I
That's right,
asked
number.
Jeff. I said to Jeff, I said, Jeff, are you feeling okay to do this video? I said, you okay? And he kept telling me yes, yes, yes. But I knew in my heart that
We
something
all
was
did.
not right with him. Something was not right with him. And he wouldn't appear on camera. And he was telling me he had blisters on his lips. And I said, Jeff, that does not sound good
Correct.
at all.
exactly.
We were
And
all like, Jeff, go to the doctor. We all said it. I texted it. I told him. We all did. We did the best we could in this situation.
yeah, we
I
did.
texted him on Friday. I sent him a picture of my pot pie I made, and I said, look at this bad beast this bad boy made. That's right. I know sports and I can bake food. It was just me baking it. That's all I did.
Yeah.
I didn't put it together. But we were joking about it back and forth. And then I said, okay, bro. I'm like, how's the health? And he said, it's took a turn for the worse. I said, can you go to the hospital? And when you get to the hospital, let me know so I know you're okay. And that was the last text I got, Earl. So you can't blame yourself, bro. We did try. Jeff was a tough son of a bitch. He was a guy that you didn't tell us anything that was going on with his health because he wanted to be on talk about one thing, and that was sports. He was here to build a brotherhood. He didn't want to bother us with his health. And you know what? With this is also a sign from him being like, we need to tell each other when there's something wrong, because when there is, then somebody knows, so then we go get help, so other people know when there's something up, so that if anything does happen, then we aren't left in the dark, right? So like,
I'll be truly honest, Jeff took it like a job, like 24/7. He was always here making shorts, putting videos out, going live. The man, Coach, wasn't he live for like over 12 hours one time? I was like midnight with you and Jeff, and I was like, Jeff, go eat. I was like, go fucking eat, man. I was like, it's midnight.
You know
How
why?
long have you been doing this? He was like, oh, we've been doing it like 8+ hours. I don't even know. We're getting to like the 11th and 12th hour, and we'd be up till like 2 a.m. at night.
Yeah, a.m. You know why, right? Because he could not work. He could not get Social Security.
I know. Tell me that. I know.
Why. It was the only way he could make some money, which is sad, but that's the reality for most of us. And gladly, I'm on Social Security. So thank God I'm taken care of. But I'm just saying there's other people, not like me, that need money.
Yeah.
That's why Jeff did this. And I will always applaud him for that, for his dedication. But don't let your health get in the way.
That's the problem.
I'm just saying he was a hard worker, though, man. He put
he was a hard worker
into it and more.
We agree with that 1,000%. But it's just like, I said all I needed to say.
I mean, you can't play with your health. And
I'll be back, guys.
You're good,
I told him. I said I had to play Big Brother with him. I said, Jeff, I said you should not be playing with your health. You should, if you don't feel good, if you don't, take yourself to the doctor. Just walk yourself to a urgent care. Something.
I just don't know. He was telling me that he was going to the doctor. He told me, but clearly not. Like, he told me straight to face.
He was just telling you what you wanted to hear, Mitch. That's why. Most people do that, Mitch.
Yeah.
They don't want you thinking that their health is a burden on you, which, if anybody's listening, that's not the case. If you have any problems and you need help or you want to talk, by all means, message me. I will be a ear.
All of us are. All of us. Even AK, who's back on Twitter.
Please definitely make that. Please definitely take note of that.
Yes.
You don't let all these other assholes who try to make you feel guilty for talking about your problems stop you from reaching out to people.
No, exactly. That's right, Nikki. We're on this because we want to talk about certain subjects or certain things. Obviously, and I get that. But we're also a family. We're also a brotherhood. And the people that listen to us, those are our kids in a sense. So we have to take care of them too. So whenever they're in need of help, that's what we're here for. We're here for an ear. We're here for an arm for you to lean on.
That's what the hardcore sports, and I'll throw Robert a bone, and that's what All Star Sports is here for. That's what the network is here for. Exactly. So
we're a family. Earl's my dad.
Yeah.
You know, Coach is my grandpa. So it's like, you know, like I look up to these guys.
I guess I'm the youngest brother here.
I appreciate that.
But yes. This is actually the main reason I put Earl in a hardcore sports. This was the main reason. Because he's caring, loving, wrestling knowledgeable. The main reason why he's in here. DJ, yes, he's mostly here for the wrestling, but Earl, like I said before, I'll say it again. You're the heart and soul of the Hardcore Sports Network. And I knew that from the second you called me on that day, knowing that I forget why you called me. I think it was like WWE related, Vince McMahon got fired or something. But from that moment on, I knew you were going to be the heart and soul of this network. I knew.
I appreciate that.
I'm right.
And I appreciate it, Mitch. I'm gonna go, guys, and I'm gonna go have dinner, and I'm gonna go relax. It's just been very.
It's
been a day for
and
me.
I just got your screenshot. I got it. So I'll be talking to him to this guy as well. And so I just have one more question, Earl. Did he reach out to you? You reached out to him? How did that happen?
No, he what happened was he sent me a message request through Facebook, and I didn't read it at first because everybody's been trying to message me and everything and find out how I'm doing and everything. So
I got that too.
Yeah, all my messages are backed up. So I clicked on it and he asked me how I found out, and I said Ed contacted me, and then he says, oh yeah, I know Ed. We grew up together and everything like that. So they know each other.
So this guy is friends with Jeff's family. So this
he knows Jeff's father.
So this is the guy.
Yes.
Yes, finally.
Yes.
Because that guy Ed would not answer any of my calls. Like nothing. Like
but this guy knows. This guy knows. He knows, and he told me about what happened with the E. coli and everything else, and I kind of like put two and two together because I had E. coli bacteria poisoning, so I know what that is and how painful it is and how terrible it is, and I didn't want to wish that on anybody. I really don't, because that's bad. If it's not treated, it's bad.
Yeah. So
and quick, by the way, too. Don't think you have a couple days or whatnot like that. It'll attack your system real quick.
Yeah. So Earl and I will talk to this guy.
Earl, I'll give you my number, bro.
Yeah. You send me the number through Facebook and the private message, and I'll put it in my phone, and I'll do it accordingly. Again, like I said, I'm gonna be off for the month of June, and
take all the time you need, all of the time.
There's no timeline on grieving, Earl. There's no timeline on grieving, man. Take as much time as you need, man.
Actually, that is a good question. I do not. Do you know Earl where he got the seafood from? Because
I'm not sure where the seafood came from. I don't know if he bought it from a restaurant. I do not know if I do not know if he bought it from the store and he brought it home and it wasn't no good. I'll tell you this much, guys. I'll tell you this. When you are eating seafood and you want to know if it's really no good, if it's bad, if it smells over fishy, and it smells like floor cleaner, throw it out. Do not digest it. Do not digest it. Throw it out.
It don't matter the temperature you cook
No,
it at.
Especially if it's shellfish. Especially if it's shellfish. Any type of crab, shrimp, oysters, mussels, clams. I live in the
Yes.
Chesapeake Bay. I know
Yeah, but
all about this, Earl.
I'm
I'm from
gonna
the
Yeah.
Chesapeake.
say
We know when it's not fresh.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
something that is gonna shock you. His girlfriend made him eat seafood. His girlfriend was like trying to get him to eat seafood.
I can go on crawfish,
Oh my
lobster,
God.
So
anything.
I'm not putting it on her at all. No, I am not.
No.
I'm just saying, be careful what you eat.
That is squid, octopus, calamari.
Squid? We're not eating Squidward. What the
People
hell?
do.
I had to do a laugh. I had to.
I'm allergic to scallops, so I cannot have
Oh,
Another
anything
one.
scallops. Anything scallops I cannot and I cannot eat sea salt. So I cannot eat none of that stuff. I can't digest it. It makes me very ill. And so I learned my lesson. And now when I buy seafood or I do anything, I always do a smell test. And if it smells like floor cleaner, if it smells really bad, I'm throwing it out.
yeah. If it's
Yeah.
even got a strong stench, get rid of it.
I'm
Yeah.
getting rid of it immediately.
Yeah.
I'm not digesting it. I'm not cooking it. I'm not doing anything. I'm throwing it out.
Yeah.
It's just like when you make clams. If it doesn't open up, it's poison. Throw it out.
Yeah. Facts, Jeff or girl. Sorry, facts. Yep.
So, again, like I said before, guys, just don't play Russian roulette with your health. Just don't
No,
do it.
please don't.
And
Don't
and
use
I
it.
want to
Don't do
also
it.
point out, make sure you're careful with your chicken. You cook that
Yes.
thoroughly. I
Yes.
spend an hour and 30 minutes grilling chicken. Don't assume just an hour is long enough because you got to cook chicken slow and low because you don't want to burn it. So I
20
grill
minutes.
chicken a
Wow.
lot, and we have to cook it over an hour and 20 minutes because you won't want to get people sick. You got to cook the bone thoroughly. You don't want a pink bone.
Well, I know when I cook chicken legs, if the meat comes away from the bone of the meat,
Ugh.
you know it's cooked.
Exactly, yeah, like a drum, like a chicken drum with the
Right.
bone. You can almost like just peel it off. You can see it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's when you know
So,
it's cooked through.
Right.
But you have to do it slowly because, like I said, no one likes black chicken. You have to
No.
do it
Right. Right.
very low temperature.
No.
That's why it takes
Right.
so long. You're
So,
always rotating, but you don't want to get sick.
so basically, I just talked to my dad just now, and it was a blood clot that went to his lungs. That's basically what it is.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah.
So it was not like a heart attack or something. It was just a blood clot going to his lungs. So
Oh,
it was a bunch of
man.
blood clots everywhere. So the blisters,
Especially with
blood
what
clot.
you were, it makes sense now because we were on there, Mitch, and he was telling us his legs were black one live stream. And I was like, dude, and he was blaming the medication. And I was like, dude, first off, it sounds like I thought he was having
He
an
didn't even
allergic
go to the
reaction. I was
doctor,
like, you
so
need
he
to stop
lied.
taking the medicine, but mainly you need to go see the doctor because your legs shouldn't be turning black and blue like he was
So that's
describing. I was like,
the
something's
reason.
not right.
Now I'm gonna call unpopular opinions. I'm gonna call him. So Earl, me and you will be in a group chat with this gentleman. We'll get our answers, and then that way we can give to everybody. Okay?
Okay.
That sounds good?
Sounds good to me.
That sounds fair.
Guys, put prayers in the chat. Now we actually know what is going on or what happened. So whoever wants to DM me on Twitter or Facebook or whatever it is, I can finally answer what it was. So,
Which is
huh?
he.
E. coli food poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Prayers up. Thank you, Arco. Thank you, guys. Jeff was a foodie, though. Huh? Jeff was a foodie. What? I don't understand that. My word.
Jeff loved food. He was a foodie. He loved eating.
I never heard of that. I never heard of that in my life. I'm like, food? What? I don't know. But I think Coach is calling unpopular opinion right now, Randy. I think that's what he's doing.
Oh yeah, that's smart. That makes sense.
I think that's what he's doing because I was on his stream and we were talking after for like 10 or 15, 20 minutes. So we got our answers. Appreciate it, Earl, again. So All right, guys, we're gonna head on out. Thank you all for your support. It was a great episode.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Earl. Again, I'll call you probably tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, guys, make sure you like, subscribe. Each like is a prayer for Jeffrey Turner, Jeffrey Adams Turner. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on out of here. And you know what? For Jeff, I'm gonna play this.